Hey, what's going on, guys? This is John English again, and today's video we're gonna check out a platform that I'm testing, and it's this one. It's called Harder English, and we're gonna check out a little bit here. Let me test the audio. Okay, according to this, everything is going well. It's green here. I'm new using that software, but for some reason here it's not. Something is seems not to be working. Let's check out. Okay, so it's not receiving. Okay, now we're done. Okay, so let's get started. I took like a classification test, and then it placed me into advanced plus number 10. I think it's an upper advanced 11 and upper advanced plus. So I'm here. Let's get in. I already done all these exercises corresponding to level B2 upper intermediate of the Common European Framework of Reference for languages. Is 75%. I have completed 9 units and 3 progress tests, and it ends in 15 days. So what we're gonna be doing is, okay, let me see, please check the video resolution. The current is not optimal. Oops. Which is not optimal, so where I can fix that. Let me see, adjustments. I cannot change this now, but I'll have it into account for the next broadcast. Okay, so we're gonna continue here. The unit 10, so it opens in a new window. Then I gotta click to allow our flash player. This is an advanced course, so that's why I'll be speaking in English only. So I'll be quiet for a while because there's a teacher here.
Hello and welcome to Unit 10. In this unit, we're going to watch a video about the TV show Changes with Angela and Kevin. This time, Angela wants to see how much Kevin has changed since they first met. After watching the video, we'll learn how to use reporting verbs with an infinitive and reporting verbs with an object and an infinitive. The first vocabulary lesson in this unit is adjectives with the suffixes full and less. Then you'll learn some phrasal verbs with up. Finally, you'll have a conversation with Angela. Does that sound okay? Have fun!
Okay, so in this unit, we're gonna be working on reporting verbs with an object and an infinitive. Okay, so this is reported speech. So we're gonna report what someone else has said in the past or is saying. Okay, and then we're gonna have a vocabulary lesson with adjectives and suffixes such as full and less. Okay, we're gonna learn some phrasal verbs with app And finally, we'll have a conversation with Angela, which is one of these ladies. Is this lady here? So let's get started. Here you can find the grammar bank and dictionary. By the way, I haven't checked this out. Let's see what is this about. I like it because it's like you have someone explaining you there. It's a bot or some type of software. Let's be checking our live streaming. Okay. Remember, if you're live, just leave your comment. This is my live dashboard. So, well, this is very interesting. Here's Grammar Bank. It's like a full archive of grammar, grammar, grammar topics here. Ability and obligation in the future. Let's check out. Let's see how many. Okay. So we got here explanation, example, and if you click on,
She can speak fluent English.
okay, then you can listen and practice. She can speak fluent English. It's to notice that this is a British course, a British platform with British English, which is pretty important. Now click on here.
You can see the town from here.
You can see the town from here. Okay, now here explanation, and then wherever you find these blue letters, then you'll have audio recording. Okay, so it's pretty interesting. You can go over all those topics. Let me see how's everything going. Okay, I'm having some noise in the background, dogs barking and everything, but I hope you understand. I'm not in a studio or anything like that, but okay, let's continue. Start the unit here. Oh, I forgot checking out the dictionary. Let's take a look. Okay, let's take a word. Okay, let's leave it like that.
Before we watch the video, let's look at some of the vocabulary. Have a look at the expression junk food. Junk food is food which is quick and easy to prepare, although it isn't very healthy. The stress is on the first word, junk. Junk food. Practice the pronunciation of the words and expressions. Then move on to the next screen.
Okay, again we have Annabelle explaining us everything here, so we can make sure what we have to do. Then she explains one of these words, which is junk food, that we can click on,
Junk food.
listen, and repeat junk food.
Disorganized.
Disorganized.
Smile.
Smile.
Spending.
Spending.
Low energy bulbs.
Low energy bulbs.
Shake hands.
Shake hands.
Trick.
Trick.
Twins.
Twins. Now we also have this feature here to record. So I'm gonna try to record what this is saying. Junk food. It's a little bit tricky to stop. Okay, now let's listen. Junk food. It's a little bit tricky. Okay, I'm getting too much noise from the outside. Let me check here my microphone. Okay, so in that way you can practice, and it's pretty good. So we gotta be careful with these words because these words are gonna be used in the next exercises. Okay, so remember or write down. You can write down or you can take a screenshot and then you can remember, but it will be better if you write down each one of these words. Okay, let's go next.
Are you ready to watch the video? I wonder how much Kevin has changed since he first met Angela. Let's see.
Okay, now we're gonna watch a video about Angela and his TV show. Okay, you got here the choice, the option to put on subtitles or subtitles off. I will do the subtitles so you guys can practice with the video and listening. So, which is really amazing here is that you have everything in one platform. So you don't have to go here or go there to find a video. You have the video, you have the exercises, and all is in a logical sequence. Okay, so you want to learn, you want to practice with this platform. I think it's really good. So let's go ahead and do this.
Hi, I'm Angela Stone. Welcome to Changes, the makeover program. This is the last program in the series, and I've come to see how much Kevin has changed. When I first met Kevin, his clothes were awful, he wasn't fit, he lived on junk food, he owed lots of money on his credit card, he was completely disorganized, he didn't care about the planet, he was useless in job interviews, and he wasn't good company on a date. Well, that was 6 months ago.
Angela, it's so good to see you. You're looking absolutely wonderful. Please, come in. Please, take a seat. Can I get you a cup of tea or perhaps an apple juice?
Fruit! I remember you saying that you sometimes had a pizza with chips.
Sometimes I have a pizza with chips.
Ugh!
I love fruit. I can eat it all day.
I can't believe you just said that.
Said what?
You said, I love fruit. And you said you could eat it all day before you refused to buy it.
Well, it's true. I have fruit for breakfast every day. When I get back from the gym.
The gym? 6 months ago, you said that you didn't do any exercise.
I don't do any exercise.
And I like your clothes. They're a great improvement. I remember that horrible jacket. Whose jacket is this?
Oh, that one's mine.
I asked whose it was, and you answered, that one's mine, with a proud smile. I hope your new clothes weren't too expensive. I advised you to cut down your spending. You must cut down your spending.
Okay. And I replied that I would.
Well, you said okay, actually.
Well, that's the same thing. I didn't buy these clothes on my credit card. You convinced me to save up and pay cash.
Excellent! Now, do you remember this? So, tomorrow morning, I want you to set your alarm for 6:30. Is that okay?
All right, I'll try.
You promised to get up early, but you didn't do it.
Well, if you get up early, you have more time. That's what I always say.
Exactly. Very good. Low energy bulbs. I told you to use them. So change your light bulbs, Kevin. Do it because you'll save money, and do it because you'll help the planet.
You encouraged me to do it because it would help the planet.
And I'm glad that you did.
But I only agreed to do it because you said that I would save money.
Oh, Kevin. Now, I want you to shake hands with me. Remember how you used to do it?
Hi, I'm Kevin.
Ugh, Kevin? That's like shaking hands with a wet fish.
That was very amusing, Angela.
What was?
When you said that's like shaking hands with a dead fish.
Actually, I said wet fish.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Now, are you sure you wouldn't like a drink?
No, I'm fine. Gosh, you've certainly changed, Kevin. Remember this?
Would you like something to drink first?
Oh, I'd like a lager, please.
Ask your guest first, remember. Ask Sophie if she'd like something. Congratulations, Kevin. You've changed in every way.
Well, if we're looking back at the earlier programs, Angela, do you remember this?
Who's Jason?
He's my brother. He's an Australian.
Okay, I was interrupted by something, but now we are back. Let me see, let me check everything, it's okay. Okay, the platform is loading, okay. I apologize, I received a phone call, but let's continue. Um, what's next? Okay, let's check out. Let me see. Sule, la señal está un poco baja, ¿lo puede poner más allá? I'm sorry, I think there is a problem with the signal. So we're gonna improve it. Okay, so it says here, Angela's presenting the last program in the series. Okay, so which is true. Angela remembers Kevin's horrible shirt. I think it's a mistake here. What do you think? I will say it's false. It wasn't a shirt. It was something else. Angela told Kevin to set his alarm for 6:30. That's true. Angela was talking to Kevin throughout the program. So what do you think? You can always comment, leave your comment below with the answers you think. Okay, if you're done, I'll go and check out. It says Angela was talking to Kevin throughout the program, so I will say false. And everything it's correct. Now here if you want you can watch the video again, but I don't want to watch it again. So next, check your understanding. Okay, how's the connection going? Let's see. It seems to be good. It's green here. It's working on Facebook. Okay, we got viewers. We got one viewer. And let's go back. Okay, here we go. Now let's check our understanding. In the past, Kevin ate fruit, junk food. Okay, what will be your answer? Just type in the comments and then we'll check what is this about. Okay, in my understanding, Kevin ate junk food. In the past, Kevin didn't do any exercise, didn't often do any exercise. So I will go with which one? Type in the comments below whatever is correct to your mind. I will say didn't do. In the past, Kevin didn't use or used a credit card. So which one is true? If you want, you can go back and watch again the video, but I will go with used a credit card. 6 months ago, Angela told Kevin not to use low energy bulbs, to use low energy bulbs. So type in the comments your answer. I will go with to use. 6 months ago, Kevin shook hands like a dead or wet fish. Okay, he thought, okay, there's one word here that he thought she said, but the truth is that she said wet. At least that's what I understood. So like a wet fish. Anyhow, anyway, you can type in the comments below and check the answers later. Kevin has changed a lot or hasn't changed a lot. So, well, I will say hasn't because the truth is that he has a twin brother. So, okay, congratulations, you scored 6 out of 6. That's excellent. And let's continue with grammar. Now here we got all these tabs with different.
Let's study some grammar now. The first grammar point is using reporting verbs with an infinitive. Let's see some examples. Angela is surprised to see a bowl of fruit on the table.
Before you refused to buy it.
Before, you refused to buy it. Angela uses the verb refuse, followed by to and the infinitive of another verb, in this case, buy. Later, Angela talks about the time when Kevin said he tried to get up early.
You promised to get up early.
You promised to get up early. Here, Angela uses the verb promise, followed by to and the infinitive of the verb get up. Angela and Kevin also talk about the time when Kevin was persuaded to use low-energy light bulbs. Let's see what he says about that.
But I only agreed to do it because you said that I would save money.
But I only agreed to do it because you said that I would save money. Here, the verb agree is followed by to and the infinitive do. Move on to the next screen now to study the grammar.
Okay, what it's really interesting. Okay, let's check out our. Okay, there. Here we go. A signal. Everything is okay. Wow, it's great. It's great that now we got to manage this live streaming software. Okay, so what it's interesting here is that you have the software is explaining you, or Annabelle, which is looks like a real person, a cartoon or something. It's a really uh, great tool. She's telling you what to do, explaining parts of the video, okay, showing you examples with people talking. In this case, reporting verbs, okay. So we got the examples on the right, and they say before you refused to buy it, you promised to get up early, but I only agreed to do it because you said that I would save money, which is really interesting to practice. Remember, we are talking or working on reporting verbs, okay? So after the verbs, we use the infinitive to. It follows by to and the infinitive of another verb. That's the only way two verbs can go together. Now let's continue. We're gonna take a quick view on all these topics. Now reporting verbs plus infinitive. Here we have explanations, and then we click on the sentences to practice listening. The verbs expect, forget, offer, refuse, agree, decide, threaten, and promise can be used to report what someone said before. This is pretty important. These verbs are usually used with this structure: subject plus reporting verb plus to infinitive. Okay, so here we're gonna learn how to report what somebody else said. In this case, let me see how I can think I don't have much noise in the background, so I can use my microphone a little bit with more volume. Okay, I'm gonna check everything here. Okay, so we have here some examples and the reported sentence.
I'm sure I'll pass.
Let's listen.
You expected to pass. I didn't remember to shave. He forgot to shave. Shall I make the dinner? He offered to make the dinner. No, I won't speak to you. I refused to speak to him.
Okay, so there we have what people are saying and the reported sentences or the reported speech. Note, it is also possible to use expect with this structure: subject plus expect plus object plus to infinitive. Okay, we also can use an object pronoun. Example:
You'll get the job. We expected him to get the job.
okay, that way you can listen and practice also your pronunciation. The negative is formed by placing the word not before to and the infinitive subject plus reporting verb plus not plus to infinitive.
Okay, I won't tell anyone. He agreed not to tell anyone. I'm not going to leave. She decided not to leave. We won't pay you back. They threatened not to pay us back.
Okay, so notice that an auxiliary verb is not needed to form the negative. So here we don't use do or did, none of that. Okay, it's not necessary.
He promised not to ask questions.
Okay, so here we have the right way to say it, and this is a wrong way. He promised don't ask questions. That's something we can't use. With agree, decide, and promise, it is also possible to use this structure. Subject plus reporting verb plus that plus subject plus verb. Examples.
He agreed that he wouldn't tell anyone. She decided that she wouldn't leave. We promised that we'd be on time.
Okay, so we can use that also. Okay, let's continue. Now we're gonna practice. Okay, first let's check our streaming. How is everything going? If you can leave your comments. Remember to share and subscribe this video. Share and like this video if you think it's something valuable, something that is giving you value. Share, like, and leave your comments, leave your questions, leave your answers to this lesson, so that we can continue doing this live streamings, which is always good to do. And also, don't forget, or you better remember to subscribe to this channel and turn the notification bell so you can get updates when we make new streamings. Okay, so we're gonna complete this, and we're gonna practice some reading also, because I want you to practice reading as well. Okay, gonna move a little bit forward. Okay, it says one day last month, a friend and I a day at a theme park. Okay, so we're gonna select one of these and drag it into these little boxes. Okay, so I will say the verb that best fits in here is decided. So friend and I decided to spend a day at a theme park. We okay at the bus station at 9 o'clock, but as usual she was late. Okay, so we agreed to meet. We agreed to meet at the bus station, but as usual she was late. Eventually she turned up at 10 o'clock, saying that she hadn't brought any money with her. So I offered to lend her some. She promised to pay me the following day. I expected to see her at work the next day, but a colleague told me she was off sick. In fact, I didn't see her again until a week later, and then I forgot to ask her for the money. However, I saw her with her boyfriend yesterday, and so I went to talk her. When I asked her for the money from our day at the theme park, she refused to give it to me. On top of that, on top of that, she threatened to ignore me if I asked for it again. As you can imagine, that's the last time I'm going to lend money to a friend. Okay, this is a very common story. So if this has happened to you, just leave the comment telling the story of what happened to you. But this is really interesting. In this way, you can report what someone else has done, did in the past, or said. Okay, now we're gonna check. I'm always open to surprises. I'm not perfect, but let's see if everything is correct. Congratulations, you scored 8 out of 8. Okay, that makes me feel better now. Now let's continue and let's check out the streaming. Everything is going on wheels. Okay, it seems everything is going well. Let's go back. Okay, here is a very interesting exercise because we have to type in the answers, and here we have to make sure to write and type correctly, including punctuations and everything. So here we have an example. Shall I get you an aspirin? She asked. Then she offered to get me an aspirin. Now let's go with the first one. I didn't remember to call my mother, he said. Then what we can say here is I'm gonna type in, and if I make any mistake, just understand that we are open to this type of mistakes. But you also can leave in the comments what you think is correct, okay? And then we'll check out later. I will start doing it. I'll be quiet for a while, and then we'll check. Okay, let's concentrate. Don't remember to recall my mother. He forgot. Okay, when you don't remember something, then you forgot something. He forgot. Called his mother. Right, I'm going to sell my car, she said. Okay, she made a decision. When you're going to sell something, you make a decision. She decided to sell her car. Okay, we won't go on a strike, they said. We won't go on a strike, they said. Okay, when you go on a strike, it's because you are not comfortable with a company's or organization policies or decisions. So it says then you agree not to. Okay, so they agreed not to go. Let's see if it's correct. Anyway, remember to leave your comments below to see if your answers and mine match. Okay, because remember, I'm also an English language learner. I'm still learning, I'm still mastering. I'm not the person who knows everything here. I'm going to fail my driving test, she said. I'm going to fail my driving test, she said. Okay, Okay, let's concentrate. Let's take a deep breath in and out so we can give more oxygen to our brain. I'm going to fail my driving test, she said. She Okay, I think I forgot the verbs. Okay, let's do next one. If we don't remember that, we will remember that. If you have that in your mind, just leave the comments. I won't do it again, he said. I won't do it again. So he promised. When you make a mistake, you say you won't do it again. It's a promise. You promise, you commit not to do it again. So he promised not to do it again. No, I won't work late anymore, she said. No, I won't work late anymore, she said. When you say that, it's like you promise something. She promised. Okay, so she promised, again, not to work late anymore. Then the last one, I'll show the photos to your wife if you don't pay me, he said. Okay, I'll show you the photos to your wife if you don't pay me. So this is a kind of threat. So he threatened. I hope it's okay. It's well spelled. He threatened to show the photos to my wife if I didn't pay him. Okay. Now, I'm going to fail my driving test. Fair, forgot, agreed, promised. I think here is refused. I'm not sure. Okay. Let's see. Refused. I'm not sure. Refused to work. Oh, no. Yeah, she promised not to work late. And here, she agreed, no, decided, forgot. I'm missing one verb. The only verb I can think of is I don't know, let me see. She refused. I'm going to fail my. It's like she decided. I'm gonna put this to fail. I'm going to put this here. She decided to fail. That's why I told you to make notes, okay? So let's see. Of course not. Yeah, of course not. I'll try again. So what do you suggest? Just leave me your comments. Leave in the comments below. I will check it. Wait. Okay, let's see. Wow, it's 43 minutes already. See if I can remember. It's difficult to remember, but she failed to. No, she offered, forgot, decided, agreed. No, I think it's. Let's try again. She agreed to fail her driving test. No, correct answer, expected. And here we also have agreed. Okay, so we have different choices. Correct answers, my answers, and then you can repeat the exercise if you like. I won't do it for now. Next, reporting verbs plus infinitive practice. Now we have here the verbs. I should have seen this before, but I think I saw those verbs earlier. Oops. Yeah. At some point before I might have, here. So always make notes. I recommend you, if you're working on this kind of platforms, make notes, take screenshots or anything that you can go back and remember. But if you memorize all those exercises by heart, it's really good. It's really good for you. So now we have words here. We have threaten, decide, expect, agree, refuse, forget, promise, offer. Now we're gonna listen here.
I'll shoot someone.
He threatened to shoot someone.
Okay. So if someone says something, and then we have to say we have to report what they say.
I'm not going to move house.
She decided not to move house.
Okay.
I'm going to get a pay rise.
Okay, she's going to pay. Okay, I need to report that. Let's listen again.
I'm going to get a pay rise.
She's expected to get a pay rise. Okay. She's expected to get a pay rise. Now let's listen. She's expected to get a pay rise. Okay. Then you can record your reported sentence and check. Let's see what's correct.
She expected to get a pay rise.
What did I say? She's expected to get a pay rise. I'm wrong. I said she is expected, and the correct one is she expected. Okay, so let's go with another one to be really short.
Okay, I won't make a complaint.
He agreed not to complain. He agreed not to complain.
He agreed not to make a complaint.
Again, he agreed not to make.
He agreed not to make a complaint.
Okay. Then you can go here, practice with each one of these, and that way you can check your. Okay, I'll be quiet.
In this section, we're going to look at how to use reporting verbs with an object and an infinitive. Let's see some examples. Angela hopes the new clothes didn't cost too much. Let's see what she says.
I advised you to cut down your spending.
I advised you to cut down your spending. Here, Angela uses the verb advise, followed by the object pronoun you. This is followed by to and the infinitive of another verb, in this case, cut down. But the clothes weren't bought with a credit card, so Angela doesn't need to worry. Let's hear that again.
You convinced me to save up and pay cash.
You convinced me to save up and pay cash. Here, the verb convince is followed by the pronoun me. This is followed by to and the infinitive of the verb save up. Again, they talk about using a low-energy light bulb. Let's see that again.
You encouraged me to do it because it would help the planet.
You encouraged me to do it because it would help the planet. Here, the verb encourage is followed by the pronoun me. Again, this is followed by to and the infinitive do. Ready to study the grammar? Great.
Okay, so this is great. Again, we have another explanation and we have the examples from the exactly same video we watched before. So in that way you can practice and learn better. I'm talking like with a certain British accent now, thanks to this course. Okay, guys, let me see. How's everything going? Okay, when it shows green here, it seems everything is great. It's going good, and it's saying here that this good connection is good. So it seems everything is going good. So remember to leave your comments and subscribe to this channel if you would like to continue getting more of these live streamings. Now we have reporting verbs plus object plus infinitive. The verbs encourage, invite, persuade, remind, advise, convince, order, and warn can be used to report what someone said before. They are used with an object, a person's name, a noun, or an object pronoun, and an infinitive with to. Okay, so we got the structure here and examples. We're just going to click on each one of them.
I think you should stay. You encouraged me to stay. Would you like to have dinner? She invited a friend to have dinner. We think you should buy it. They persuaded us to buy it. Don't forget to write. He reminded his friend to write.
Okay, if you need to listen again these sentences, just go a little back, go backwards this video, replay it as many times as you need to. Okay, for you to fully understand what is in here. Maybe the letter is a little bit small, but that's why I'm reading it and playing every audio. Now it says the negative is formed by placing the word not before to in the infinitive of the main verb. Examples.
You shouldn't smoke. He advised me not to smoke. I really don't think you should go. She convinced Lucy not to go. Don't move. They ordered him not to move. Don't eat so much. I warned her not to eat so much.
Okay, notice that in English the main verb is always in the infinitive. Okay, the main verb is always in the infinitive. Okay, infinitive is like this: to eat, to move, to go. Okay. She advised him to look for a new job.
She advised him to look for a new job.
Okay. With persuade, remind, convince, and warn, it is also possible to use this structure. Subject plus reporting verb plus object plus that plus subject plus verb. Examples.
I must remind him that the play starts at 7. They warned the inhabitants that the river would flood.
Okay, and then you can always practice. You can record yourself and practice and listen to yourself and see what mistakes are you making. Let's go next. Now we have another reading. We're going to complete this. My daughter graduated from university last year, but she didn't know what she was going to do next. First of all, I her to think about her options. I advised her to think about her options. She still didn't have any ideas. She always liked going on holiday, so I encouraged her to think about going traveling. Maybe reminded, no. She wasn't sure, so I invited one of my friends who's just returned from India to come for dinner. My daughter didn't really want to meet my friend, but eventually I persuaded her to join us for dinner. It was a very interesting evening, and my friend convinced my daughter to apply for a job as a teacher in a developing country. However, she warned her that some countries can be very dangerous. My daughter's passport was out of date, so a few days later I reminded her to apply for a new one. I said that I liked the idea of living abroad too, but she convinced me not to join her. Well, that's a nice story. Now let's check. Let's check anyway if you think that the answers are different to those that I selected. Just type in the comments and let me know your feedback. Okay, let's check. Let's cross fingers and everything is correct. Okay, good. Let's go next. Now we got more uh, vocabulary for verbs. Now we have to go jogging, get lost, do more exercise, drive, take an umbrella, buy the hat, have dinner with him, move his car. So now we're gonna just listen.
What did her boyfriend encourage her to do?
Her boyfriend encouraged her to go jogging.
Okay.
What did the tour guide warn them not to do?
The tour guide warned them not to get lost.
Okay. Now let's give a try in the two first ones, and then you can do the rest of them with enough time.
What did the doctor advise them to do?
The doctor advised them to do more exercise. Let's see. The doctor advised them to do more exercise. Correct?
The doctor advised them to do more exercise.
Yes. Finally, I did something correct.
What did his friend persuade him not to do?
He persuaded him not to drive. Let's see. He persuaded him not to drive. Okay, let's see what's correct.
His friend persuaded him not to drive.
Okay. Oops. He persuaded him not to drive. You see what the mistake I'm making? You gotta be careful so you don't make it. Okay, so we have the same here with these examples. If you have time, just play back this video and record with your cell phone, your uh, device or anything, and then listen to yourself and then do it until you feel you listen to the correct pronunciation, grammar, vocabulary. Okay, let's see how's everything going. Okay, we've been already an hour here. Okay, make sure this is correct here. Yep, seems everything is running right. Now we're gonna do reporting verbs, and with this one we're gonna stop here for a while. I might be doing another streaming with the rest of the vocabulary, conversation, and self-check. But for now, I have to stop in a few minutes. Yeah, I need to go to pick up my daughter from school. So it's almost one. He said to Susan, example, he said to Susan, why don't you apply for the job? He encouraged her to apply for the job. So she, okay, a party she invited. I will do the same like before. You can type in your answers and then see if they match with mine. Okay. She invited. Remember to use full stops and capital letters where what is needed, wherever is needed. She invited him to come to her party. I think so. She said to him. Okay. Now we're doing. Okay, yeah. We're reporting verbs plus object plus infinitive. They said to us, we don't think you should sell your old car. So they start with the same subject. Let's take a deep breath in and out so we can concentrate in oxygen. Let the oxygen to get into our neurons and brain and everything and focus. When you're doing this, I recommend you to be in a place with enough oxygen. If it's in the nature, will be great. If it's in a room or a house, try to avoid the noise. It's I know that sounds crazy, but I live in a very noisy neighborhood, and in my country, it's a problem of culture. People like making noise almost all the time, and dogs barking and everything. But let's do this. They said to us, we don't think you should sell your old car. They, okay, this is an advice. They advised not to sell our old car. They advised us. Okay, yeah, because we need an object. They advised us not to sell our old car. She said to me, don't forget to post the letters. Okay, she reminded to reminded me to post the letters. She reminded me to post the letters. He said to his mother, I think you should definitely buy a computer. He advised to her mother. Okay, no. She advised her, because we're using object pronouns. No, yeah, object pronouns. She advised her to buy a computer. I was gonna type new computer, but a computer. Next, I said to Paula, I don't think you should work so hard. Okay, this one is okay. Let's remember. I said to Paula, I don't think you should work so hard. Okay, advised probably. Advise her not to work so hard. He said to the soldiers, run faster. So he ordered them to who? So the object, them, to run faster. He said to my girlfriend, you warned her not to park there. Okay, so if your answers match with mine, then we're in the same type of, in the same level. I am B2, the Common European Framework. Of course, I need to a lot more, but I think this is my level. So you warn her not to park there. So if you have the same answers, just type in the comments. We are on the same level, and I'll give you a thumbs up. Okay, let's go now. Let's see what happens if we click on check what mistakes I made, and if I'm right, if you're right, or if you did better. It's possible. And everything is correct. Everything is correct. Hopefully. Okay. So guys, this will be the last part. I will pause here. I will leave this vocabulary for another streaming.
On this screen.
Okay, hold on. I will just leave it here to learn this vocabulary, continue with the conversation and the self-check. Okay, in the next streaming that might be later on or maybe tomorrow. Okay, just remember to subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell so you can get updates when I go live, and like this video, share it if you think it's valuable, and leave your comments below, okay, with your advance. See you in the next video. Jonn English. Bye bye. Okay, let's see if we got something.